The time is 6:53 a.m. Good morning. The news headline. Breaking news. Yoruba Nation agitators, others storm United Nations headquarters in New York. Yoruba Nation agitators and other self-determination have arrived at the United Nations headquarters in New York. One of them disclosed that the atmosphere has started bubbling. Earlier, the chairman of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, Professor Banji Akintoye, had declared a million-man freedom march which would hold opposite the United Nations headquarters in New York, United States of America, from 14th to 24th September 2021, where we remember saying that some executives of President Muhammadu Buhari had gone earlier, to do some hanky-panky so that the UN will not listen to these agitators. Professor Ibrahim Gambari, among other officials, is traveling to the United States on Thursday ahead of the United Nations General Assembly built to hold by September 14th. Sarah reporters learned that part of the mandate of the top government officials was to try to infiltrate the ranks of Nigeria self-determination groups, while earlier announced that they would storm the United Nations Assembly with demands for referendum. A top source disclosed to Sarah reporters that while Buhari would be attending the UN Assembly, the entourage led by Gambari, who is a diplomat and former top UN official, was sent ahead to weaken the strength of the agitation groups before the president's arrival. The UN program is starting September 18th. The chief of staff is leaving for USA tomorrow, Thursday, which is today, with some people working with him, including his personal assistant, Lukman Bosun Emiola. No one knows when they will be back, but they are not supposed to have any business with the president's trip. Buhari will be attending the UN General Assembly, but the chief of staff already left, the source added. Sarah reporters had on August 11th reported that agitations group in the country under the Nigerian Indigenous Nationality Alliance for Self-Determination said they would hold a 1 million march at the United Nations headquarters in New York to reiterate the demand for a referendum on self-determination and abolition of the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria. NINAS is an umbrella of self-determination movements in the South-South, Southeast, Middle Belt, and Southeast Ilana Omo Oodua. The 1 million march is scheduled to hold between September 14th and 21, 2021, when the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly would hold in the United States. This has been disclosed by NINAS leaders and members of the group who signed the constitutional force majeure declared on December 16, 2020, now rejecting the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria and calling for a United Nations supervised referendum. In a statement, the communications manager for group, Maxwell Adeleye, had said that the march will be led by renowned historian and emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye. Other participants include Yusuf Turaki, a respected scholar, Secretary General of NINAS, Tony Nnadi, Pioneer Commissioner for Education in Osun State, and National Chairman of Ilana Omo Oodua, Wale Adeniran, amongst others. Now, according to the statement, the group seeks to dismantle the purported fraudulent 1999 Constitution and the unworkable unitary union that the Constitution has foisted on the people and champion the processes for self-determination by which sovereignty will be restored to the constituent regions. It is also recalled that all indigenous people from southern Nigeria and the Middle Belt around the world to unite and stand together in solidarity in their demand for the restoration of their sovereignty, inalienable rights to their self-determination assets, and rights to freely choose their association with any state. It was stated that during the Freedom March, a demand will be made to the United Nations to send a peacekeeping force to Nigeria to have and to save embattled indigents who are daily massacred by criminal elements among Fulani herdsmen and other terrorists, including Boko Haram and Islamic State. Now, what will be happening at the United Nations General Assembly is that members of Ilana Omo Oodua, under the leadership of Emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye, alongside other members of NINAS from the lower Niger and middle belt of Nigeria, would hold a 1 million march opposite the United Nations headquarters in New York from September 14th to 21 2021, so as to demand for a referendum to decide on the right to self-determination of the people who want an end to unitary system of Nigeria, which has been turned into an apartheid state. We shall also be demanding first and foremost for the abolition of the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria, which we had shown to be a fraud perpetrated against the people of the South and Middle Belt of Nigeria. Given that the people did not make it, all sons and daughters of the Lower Niger, the Southeast, South-South, Southwest and Middle Belt clans living in the United States have been mobilized to stand up for their indigenous nationalities by participating in the 1 week, 1 million march for the liberation of other people, the statement had said. The news analysis. Just of recent, Buhari's chief of staff and some others have actually stormed the United States ahead of the United Nations Assembly. Sahara reporters have learned that the mandate of some top government officials was to try to infiltrate the ranks of Nigerian self-determination group, which earlier announced that they will storm the United Nations Assembly with demands for referendum. It has been in the mindset of some self-determination groups that the forthcoming United Nations General Assembly, that they will be going there en masse, whereby they have mobilized themselves, that they are going to be having a 1 million march to the United Nations General Assembly in opposite to declare and to make known their mindsets, and it has been scheduled for September 14th and 21 September 2021, where the 76th session of United Nations General Assembly would hold in United States. It has been disclosed by them, that is the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, known as NINAS, that they are going to make sure that by the time they get there, they will declare that there should be a rejection of the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria, and there will be a calling for a United Nations supervised referendum. This was made known by Maxwell Adeleye, who happens to be the communication manager for the group. According to their statement too, that they are going to make sure that they end that unworkable unitary constitution, which is 1999 Constitution for self-determination, by which sovereignty will be restored to the constituent regions. It also recalled that all indigenous people from the southern Nigeria and Middle Belt around the world are going to unite and make sure that they freely express their mindset about the self-determination, and also that they will be demanding for the abolition of the 1999 Constitution. And they have been mobilizing themselves in the 1 week, 1 million march for liberation of their people, the statement had said. However, the agitators have been at the United Nations door, to express their mindset regardless, saying that the NINAS is the umbrella body for self-determination groups in the South and Middle Belt of Nigeria, with Ìlànà Ọmọ Oòduà representing the Yoruba land, Lower Niger Congress representing the South-South and Southeast, and Middle Belt Renaissance Movement representing the Middle Belt region. And they are there in millions, to express their mindsets about the agitation for a self-determination, and they have arrived at the United Nations headquarters in New York. Thanks for